Alright, up next in is a battle of two unorthodox styles as the legendary Great Muta gets set to go one-on-one with ECW original The Sandman.
This should be an interesting match, though. We've seen both of these guys compete. They've split one win, one loss each, and now they're going up against each other.
Yeah, buddy. Let's see who goes home with a W on their books.
This next match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from the land of the rising sun, weighing 236 pounds, here is the Great Muta.
The Great Muta making his final appearance. He appeared in the first card of the collaborative tour against Rob Van Dam and lost to RVD. And he is back tonight to try his luck against the Sandman.
You know, it's a mercy this is a traditional rules match. Because if this was a hardcore match, I wouldn't give Muta much of a chance. That's the Sandman's playground. Based on Muta's loss to Rob Van Dam, I'm going to have to go with the Sandman in this one.
That is indeed a distinct possibility, Myron. The Great Muta... Whoa, look at that. The Great Muta spewing that green mist, and he may yet surprise the Sandman with that one in the end.
And his opponent, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 246 pounds, the Sandman.
Along with Sabu, Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, and a host of others, the Sandman, one of the ECW pioneers of hardcore style wrestling, one of the men who took it mainstream, and one of the men that is absolutely one of the wildest, one of the craziest, one of the most unpredictable individuals, and whoa, man, he just cracked himself open again. He's done this a number of times. Look at the vacant look in the eyes of the Sandman.
I had an uncle who had a nursing home once. I've seen that look in people's eyes.
This beer-swilling, kendo-stick-swinging wild man has all the right tools to face down the Great Muta. But Muta is such a wildly unpredictable opponent that even the Sandman here may find himself in over his skis.
Which is going to make for an interesting match for sure. Again, just a reminder, this is a traditional standard rules match, not a hardcore match. And will that be a disadvantage to the Sandman remains to be seen.
You know, you often hear all the time about how you've got to be a little bit, crazy to be in the wrestling business. This guy is living proof.
In his last matchup during the tour, a 2 out of 3 fall hardcore match against Japanese star Mr. Pogo, the Sandman wound up getting the Duke on that one. Remains to be seen what he's going to be doing this evening against the Great Muta.
Well, he's already busted open. I mean, he's already at an advantage, I suppose. Just one thing I'd like to point out. As long as the Sandman's entrance is, it's still shorter than Hulk Hogan.
He does take his sweet time about getting started, doesn't he? Doesn't mean he's stalling out of nervousness, though. He's working himself into a mood here, since he knows steel chairs and kendo sticks aren't on the menu tonight.
Which to the Sandman means he has to work harder.
Well, all right, with our principles in place, this match is just about to get underway. Muta and the Sandman both ready to go here. Referee rings the bell, and here we go. They lock it up. Muta from behind, suplex on the Sandman. Muta with an elbow to the top of the crown. Sandman counters with a kick. Delivers a stomp and an elbow to the Great Muta. Muta laid out on the canvas. The Sandman taking full advantage here. Double axe handle across the back. Muta. Oh, the leg stiffened out on that one. Did you see that? Another clubbing blow. And Muta is still down. The Sandman locks him up. Whoa, quick counter from the great Muta with a kick to the midsection. A chop, a kick, another kick, and a beautiful chop that takes the Sandman down. Muta covers. 1, 2, and a near fall. Within the first minute, might give you an indication of how far this match might go. Sandman out on the apron. Muta moves in a hard right hand. And Muta brings the Sandman in the hard way over the top rope. The great Muta. Vertical suplex on the Sandman. And now the Sandman in big trouble here. Muta rebounds off the ropes and a rolling elbow right across the chest. Muta with a stomp and a knee. The Sandman rolls himself out of the ring, looking for a break. Comes back in. Running Bulldog finds the mark. As the great Muta rolls himself out onto the floor. The Sandman, look at this, over the top rope with a crossbody splash. And now they're on the outside with the referee counting. Muta back to his feet. Fails to connect with the dropkick. The Sandman rebuffing him completely. DDT right on the top of the head for the great Muta. Sandman rounds him up again. Escorts him back inside the ring. And the Sandman, no doubt resisting the temptation to reach under the ring for something special, makes his way back inside the ring. A couple of hard kicks and a drop toe hold. Drops Muta face first into the canvas, a rolling elbow, courtesy of the Sandman, who is clearly in control at the moment. This match has already shifted in momentum a number of times. The Sandman takes himself all the way up to the top rope. The great Muta laid out centering, an elbow across the chest. The Sandman up on the middle rope now. Look at this. Just enjoying himself. Supreme confidence from the ECW original, the Sandman. They lock up. Muta from behind. Beautiful suplex. The great Muta with the Sandman laid out, rebounds off the ropes, and another rolling elbow across the chest for the Sandman. And once again, the momentum has shifted in this matchup. They lock up. Muta whips him to the far corner. A chop across the chest. Great Muta turns him around into the far corner. Look at this. Whoa, a kick to the leg from behind. And now, seated in the corner, the great Muta with a blatant choke on the Sandman, which is about as extreme as this match is likely to get. Muta rolls him over, goes for the cover and hooks the leg here. But not even a one. The Sandman powering out almost immediately. Muta with a series of kicks. The Sandman counters. Locks up Muta. Has him up in the front cradle. Slams him into the turnbuckle. Turns him out into the center of the ring. And the Sandman looking supremely confident here. Swing and a miss as the great Muta delivers a series of chops. Stunning the Sandman. Whips him to the ropes. And whoa, what a chop again. Takes the Sandman down. Sandman using the ropes to get himself to a standing position. And a clothesline that takes him out over onto the floor. The great Muta working this Japanese crowd here, and they love the great Muta. The Sandman laid out on the outside, the referee counting, urging Sandman to get back inside the ring. But too late, Muta's already on the outside. Brought back inside the ring by the Sandman. Taking his time about getting back inside that ring. Muta going to follow him out. A clothesline that just glances him. And the Sandman, caught up by the great Muta, has him all the way up, but counters the vertical suplex. The Sandman goes behind. And a clubbing blow to the chest of the great Muta, as once again the referee continues to count these two. And they're going as extreme as they're allowed to according to the rules. The Sandman beating the head of the great Muta against the floor. Now raining right hand blows on the head of the great Muta. Muta slow getting back to his feet. The Sandman lays in with a series of shots, but a hip toss counter from the great Muta. As these two continue their battle, and the referee continues the count, close to the timekeeper's area on the outside. The great Muta has just busted open the Sandman. Muta rounds him up. pitches him towards the ring steps but doesn't quite make it. The Sandman might have caught a glancing blow on the back of his head as the Great Muta showboats for the fans while Sandman gets to his feet. Muta gonna follow him out again, but Sandman rolls him back inside the ring once more. Muta and the Sandman locking it up. Up over the shoulder, but the Great Muta quick with the counter and a chop block that takes the Sandman down to the canvas again. This match has been wild so far. A clubbing blow to the back of the Sandman. Muta has him up. Whoa! What a rib breaker right there as Muta goes in for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, now that is it. The Great Muta defeating the Sandman by pinfall. Let's get the official time.
Here's the time, 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Your winner, the Great Muta.
Let me ask you too, would you call this an upset win for Muta? Because it was looking like anybody's match to win, with so much back and forth, with the Sandman attacking relentlessly, just to have. Muta shut him down in an instant with that single rib breaker. It feels as if Muta just sucked all the air out of Sandman's room with that one move.
That may be the one move that shut him down, but you gotta remember there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened before.
Indeed, the Great Muta putting the icing on Sandman's cake with that one rib breaker, going for the cover and getting the dupe and the 3 count. We'll be back with more RWL Rage right after this.